Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Gilberto Silva, the Invisible World podcast show. We are here back again, talk to you about some interesting topics found, and once again talk about Arsenal. Last game against Aston Villa, not a very good result, but looking forward for the next game against Leeds. It's going to be a tough game, in my opinion. Welcome back, Team Chase, my big friends from Standing Down. How are you, my friend? Everything okay?
Hey, how are you?
Good, my friend. Everything good.
Thank you for the kind introduction. I'm certainly, with the lockdown, I'm getting much bigger every day. Yeah, but I'm good. How's you? How are you?
Everything okay. Everything good here in Brazil. Just nice weather outside my window now. I don't want to make you jealous, but yeah. But everything okay. Family good. Just working out about the situation the world is facing. Now, I was supposed to go to England this month, but due to the situation, I had to stay here. Everything's in lockdown in the UK, and I've just follow up the situation from here. But the good thing, we still can talk about football using this beautiful technology, and this is great. Once again, we have Arsenal in our side to talk about the last game against Villa, which in the last show we spoke, how annoyed it is, for the fans. We have a good sequence of two good results and much United and then Europa League, and then at home you just fail to confirm this good moment.
Yeah.
And I think they have to look forward regarding these games because we can do nothing, but obviously learn from the mistakes they've made because they cannot afford just to play 1-2 games good and then the next game, just average. And it seems like things does not go right and they don't get the responsibility on the field to turn the situation. And the consistency, as we have been speaking here when we always talk about Arsenal, has been one tough thing for them the past years to go to another level, to qualify, to be the top four, to qualify for the Champions League. Now, I think it's one thing that is going to be very important for them to keep it. But if the result does not go well in this particular game, like Villa at home, that is something that everyone needs to work out and take the responsibility and bring everyone to the same way. This is something important for them.
Yeah. So, do you think we're always saying that fans need to be patient and things are happening, but let's not get. We've had some good results, and then we had a really shit one against Aston Villa. But let's not get too upset. At least we're moving in the right direction. I think the club kind of needs to, after reflecting on the podcast last week, I think you made a really valid point then. I think there needs to be growth. And as long as there's growth and improvement, that's kind of okay. And I think your point about making sure they get in the Champions League this year, I think that's really important. I think that's what they've got to be setting their sights on, really. I think realistically, it's going to be a while before they kind of challenge for winning the Premier League and things. So I think getting in the Champions League has got to be the target. But it's going to be tough. There's probably 6-7 teams fighting out for that position as well. So I think it's a really good point that you made.
It's going to be tough for them to qualify for the Champions League, especially when we see now the numbers of games Arsenal have played, this season.
Yeah, right.
I think 8 to 9 games. If I'm not wrong. But then let's see. 8 games Arsenal have played, and they just have 12 points. And then we see the other teams like Leicester, for example, they have 8 games in 18 points. It's not a big gap in terms of teams. We can't say that, but it's important for us to win the games.
Yeah.
This particular game against Aston Villa is a must-win game for them. special player team, and taking the consideration the last few good results. But it's not time for panic, in my opinion. It was a bad day, and it's important we give credit to them and still supporting Arteta's work. Everyone's working on the players, and there was improvement from last season at the defense. Brought players, important players for two important positions I consider in the team at the back with Gabriel Magalhães and Partey, who losing him in the match I think was not so good for the team.
No.
And yeah, but as you mentioned, Champions League must be on their side. Obviously, so of course, team like us cannot think different from, let's say, be the top of the table and win. This is the main priority. But if not, Champions League is something that must be the top of their list for the next year.
I think you're right. Yeah, I agree with you. I completely agree with you. You need to show growth in order for fans to buy in. The fans are as important as the players, and are kind of more important than the club. Without the fans, you have nothing. And we've seen it with previous managers, with Arsene Wenger. The fans can basically say that we've had enough of you. And then who was the last manager? I've completely forgotten the name of the last manager. What was Arsenal? Unai Emery, there we go. Good Lord, I had a brain fart. Unai Emery, the same thing happened with him. Basically, the fans kind of went, "We've had enough of you, mate. We don't believe in you, and you've got to keep showing the fans that you are improving. Your fans are your biggest employers. Sorry. So I think they've got to be going forward for the Champions League. I think it's going to be super tough, but at least it's better than going, "Oh, we've got a project for 5 years' time to win the Premier League." Okay, I get that. And that Klopp was rubbish and didn't do well for the first 2 or 3 seasons. But you've got to show growth within that. And obviously within that time, you won the Champions League and things. But I think you've got to give the fans something to hold on to that actually is going the right way, right?
Yeah, the next sequence of games until Christmas time will be very decisive, I think, for the team. To understand the level of the team, how strong they are. If they are strong, they need to improve something or not for the next term, next season, for example. Mm-hmm. But there is from now on until Christmas period, will be hard, very tough, a lot of games. And starting, when returning now from international duties, some of our Arsenal players, such as Aubameyang, Saka, represent their countries. They face Leeds in the next game, a tough game for them, I see, especially when they look the way they are playing, the way they play, very composed team, very fast in their actions. When they get the ball, they go very, very fast forward, and having outside Marcelo Bielsa, a very experienced manager, top manager in the football world. I've seen the other day, when they played against City, the coach of Guardiola say how much he respected him and learn from him, consider him the best manager in the world. And this is it's massive, but he deserves this credit and this the respect of everyone, because I've seen once he was in Brazil. Speaking in a conference, look at him talk about football is beautiful. His brain, the way he thinks about it, the way he plans things, the way he see, the football, as on his mind, on his word, from his ideas. Yeah. It's great. And for us, against Leeds, it's going to be a very tough game. But I think it's a good opportunity for them just to put the last game against Villa in the past and move forward for to get a good 3 points
Mhm.
It's not going to be easy, but to get the 3 points and move forward for the next game.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of similarities between the Aston Villa game and the Leeds game. Both, like you say, fast paced, high pressing, put you under pressure, both defensively and offensively. I have, unless Arsenal are switched on this time and expect that there's going to be a fast start, I think it could end up with the same result as it was against Aston Villa. I think there's a lot of similarities with the team. Obviously, Grealish, who we mentioned in the podcast last week, and you were sort of quite positive about him. And since then, it seems like the footballing media has suggested that you know something that's going on, that he's going to Arsenal. The wonderful world of social media. But I think that I think they're an aggressive team, and I think, like I said, I think my concerns would be that they're going to have the same thing's going to happen against Aston Villa unless Mikel's prepared them better and has better tactics. And I would think that actually Arteta is a very prepared coach. Obviously, working with Guardiola for so long, you'd expect the preparation is hugely important for him. So, but also I think because of the international break, it could end up in two things. It could have given Arteta a week, 10 days to prepare in his mind the tactics for the game, researching it, watching video, watching previous games to prepare him. So when his team come back, he knows exactly what to work on. But then on the opposite side, is he going to have enough time to prepare the players to the tactics that he wants to use? So I think it can kind of go both ways.
For the preparation of this game, when we played against a quality team, because if you see Leeds, there's not like a big star in the team, but collective, they are very good players collectively, and the way they work, the way they pass the ball, looking to reach the other side of the field and try to score the goals. And for us, it's important when facing team like this, work very well on the defensive side. The defenders, the central midfield, cover the wingers or the left back when they go forward and they got caught on counter attack. Because this type of team, sometimes they love to defend. I remember when we went unbeaten many times, we were dangerous, even more dangerous when we were defending, because we were very well organized defending. The other team is thinking about how to break the lines. And because we were very well organized, defending properly, when we got the ball, we just went fast, give the ball.
Thierry Henry. Give him to Thierry Henry.
Then you have Dennis Bergkamp or Pires in a position to get the ball from one of our defenders, or for myself, or Patrick, whatever, or whoever played in the position, and pass the ball back straight to Henry. And we knew exactly what we had to do. We have our strategy in mind. For this type of play, it's important you be intelligent on this, defend properly. Don't leave space for the counter-attack, because if you leave space in the counter-attack, they will kill you immediately. The chance they get, they score 1, 2, 3 times. This kind of team is very hard to play against. It's very dangerous because they are tricky. And the Marcelo Bielsa, he knows exactly what to do. He knows how to trick the other team, how to invite them to their house, and then straight away explore the flanks, explore the open space they may find, if Arsenal are not very well organized.
So what tactics do you think Mikel should have?
It's hard, I'm not going to ask.
You weren't expecting me to answer that question, were you?
I'll leave it to him because he's the manager. But as Arsenal is going to play a team who defends well and is play on counter-attack, it's important to not leave space for them. Be very well positioned. The defenders at the back is important for them to be very well positioned. Don't leave space between them. The left defenders, the left side on the left or the right. Don't leave much space. but also the central midfield cover. Be there to cover and stop the games. About how when we spoke about play smart, smart pose. Use it on your
Yeah,
favor. Yeah, the teams are using it against Arsenal. This
yeah.
is something you must have in mind. Not be dirty, but play smart. Play
Mm.
smart. Stop the game. Stop the game. Stay in front of the ball. Don't put your back behind the ball when um, you make the fall. Don't turn your back away.
Yeah.
Otherwise they play fast and take advantage. But it's some things that could be important for them just to pay attention. But when you have this type of opponent, don't leave space for them to go on counter-attack. Be very well positioned. The central midfielder and the back four, back three, whatever they call it. They play. Be very well positioned to stop the moment the other team, work in the counter attack.
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm just concerned that it will be, unless, because Bielsa, like you say, is an incredible coach and a master tactician. I think that it could be like Aston Villa, or maybe even worse. I'm like you, I don't like to be negative, but I have to be honest.
You are always against me, I know.
I'm not a Leeds fan by any stretch, but I just think that they're very good, very similar, lot of similarities between the way Aston Villa play and the way Leeds play.
I agree.
And obviously they didn't perform very well against Aston Villa, which is quite an understatement.
And understanding a little bit of Bielsa and the South American mentality a little bit, he will use with his players to explore the moments, the Arsenal from the negative results and the fact that they are going to play home to explore the situation. Come on, you are playing at home, it's Arsenal, but they had a better result. How can we take advantage of it? Marcelo Bielsa is very smart, he's very intelligent. But it'll be interesting to see this game. It'll be interesting to watch and how Arsenal will react to it. Because the good team, for me, when you see that the team is getting improvements, is when they come from a tough time and improve for the next game and work out to the pressure. There is a massive pressure on Arsenal to get the results, and when they lose the game, when they draw, always like this. When you play at the top level, it's similar everywhere, and the other teams are the same. When you don't perform well, but with us, there is a lot of let's say expectation from the fans, and myself, I'm one of them.
Yeah.
But what I want from them, is to answer back when things didn't work well. From the last game, didn't work well. But come on, it's past now. Let's move forward, look forward for this game. What can we do better in order to get the result, get the 3 points, and keep working, keep doing our job in the best way we can to achieve the goals for this season. I think this, when you see the character of the players, the character of the team, moving to the same way, to the same direction. Yeah. What's your prediction for this game?
Oh, do you know what? Like I said, I don't know. I think it could end up being the same as Villa.
No.
Well, I've been on your same side as you before, so I've got to change it back to going against you every week now. So I'm going to say, I'm going to go 2-1 Leeds.
I'm going 2-1 Arsenal. I believe Arsenal will bounce back from the last defeat, and I'm sure the last few days for them has been hard to absorb in this defeat. But somehow I think it was good, this international break for some of the players. I hope they come back fit to help Arsenal in the tough game against Leeds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I think for this we end up the show, and today is quite short.
Yeah, there's not much to talk about.
have someone news in the next couple of days, and also looking forward for this game against Leeds to be very positive for us.
Yeah. Have you got any update on the transfer from for Grealish to Arsenal? Any update on that?
No, I had no updates on that. Yeah, but I was honest, in terms of what I say regarding him, because he did a good job. As you could see, I think he played for England. I didn't watch the game, but I've seen some news about him. People praising him for the game he made for England. Now it's great. From time to time, great players comes up, and it's beautiful to see. It doesn't matter where they are playing. Of course, as he did so well against Arsenal, be great to see him play for Arsenal. But this is not my task. It's not my job.
Yeah. No.
And going back to Arsenal, hope they have a fantastic game against Leeds. They bounce back from the last bad results against Villa, and good luck to them. Good luck to Mikel, all the squad. I'll be here, watching them. Hope the game showed in Brazil, because I missed the last game. It didn't show it. I wasn't annoyed by that. But looking forward for this game. Good luck, Arsenal. Mate, team, help the guys again to where they can find us here in the podcast.
Yeah, of course. So we are on Gilberto's own. It's like you when you first started. You missed the beginning of the podcast. If you're listening, he messed up the intro, which is why I put a stupid face. Anyway, so we have a podcast which is on all the platforms. So Spotify, Google, Apple podcast app. So the link will be in Gilberto's bio, or just search on the platform Invisible Wall or Gilberto Silva. Gilberto also has a YouTube channel called Gilberto Silva, The Invisible Wall, where you can actually watch us. So if you watch the podcast and want to see how handsome Gilberto and I look, you can go to the YouTube channel. If you watch the YouTube channel and you feel a bit nauseous with the way Gilberto and I look, you can listen to the podcast. Don't have to look at our faces. But that's on YouTube as well. So yeah, there you go.
It's good, friend. Great to have you again, my friend, for this show. Great, short but very objective. See you the next show. Thank you very much. Thank you for listening to it, and see you the next episode. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Captain.